Hello,
Hey.
today's edition of Time, a Sunflowerman Project. One story illustrated week by week. My name is Forrest Davidson. We have Ruth and Matt on the other end. Y'all want to introduce yourselves?
Hey. Hey, it's working. That's good.
Good. So I'm working together with Ruth and Matt. Matt Miller is, of course, Sunflower Man. You may know him by his username in various different social media outlets. A project that Matt sort of came up with and has instigated between the two of us is an idea where Matt wanted to tell a story and add live video illustrations, not video, live video illustrations, video illustrations with it, time lapse animations. And so he wanted me to ask me to help write the story. Ruth's helping produce, and Matt's doing the illustrations. I believe Ruth might also be working on some of the animations. So,
Forrest, you said that you are the author. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
sure. My name is Forrest Davidson. I'm Ruth's little brother. Different last name though, even though we're all connected. I work as a process improvement lean manager, and I live in Birmingham, Alabama, with my wife and a couple fat cats.
Awesome. I'm Ruth Maharg. I am Matt's partner, Forrest's sister, and I am producing this story. That's the title that we decided to come up with for me, which means that I'm keeping these guys in mind. Doing a lot of the research and behind the scenes stuff, and hopefully I'll get to do some animation soon. Let's see.
Should I say who I am?
I think it's your turn.
Sure, that's the timeline. So I'm Matthew Miller, and I think many of you will know me as Sunflower Man or the Sunflower Man, or as some people like to say, the Sunflower, though, let me correct you right now, that's not right. It is Sunflower Man, all one word. I'm a men's fashion illustrator. That's what I've been doing and focusing on for the last 3-4 years now. And that's where I've really made my name in the industry, painting suits, painting watches, and having a great time doing that. This is our inaugural episode for Time, a Sunflowerman Project, where we're introducing this idea, which Forrest and Ruth have already started talking about, where we're going to tell one story illustrated week by week. It's going to be fairly episodic, almost like a television show to a degree. It's going to be different, right? So television is its own thing. What we're doing is something very different than that, almost actually like a throwback. When Forrest has talked about this in the past, what are the stories that you were mentioning in the past?
I believe Charles Dickens was illustrated in periodical publishing journals that he also wrote them episodically as well. So these massive tomes that you have Charles Dickens writing, Oliver Twist, and I'm blanking on the other names right now, but he didn't know where he was going until he got there, but he was still able to capture people's attention every week with a chapter at a time.
Awesome. So Forrest, can you give us a quick overview, like what can we expect from this story? I guess I'll share first that Matt had the idea to come up to do this project to combine video and storytelling and illustration. And so we kind of started brainstorming some different ideas, and one that we settled on was one that's kind of like inspired by the story of Father Time. Idea to Forrest, and then he kind of took off with it. And so give us just like a quick overview, if you don't mind, Forrest.
Sure. I really enjoy stories that have a lot of myth and legend tied up in the background that inform a lot of the current characters' actions or influence their lives, but aren't necessarily a ancient myth or something like that. So I've been playing around with the idea of time being something that needs to be controlled by humanity, and that's been an ability and a responsibility passed down to humanity by God. And so that's something that I'm playing around with and trying to focus on a modern character in modern times who has rediscovered this ancient responsibility that used to be sort of unknown and in the background.
Nice. So, okay, so that's the story. That's kind of what we're doing. Matt, you want to tell us what these videos are about?
Yes. So we're planning for our launch to be in June of this year. So that gives us several months before the actual content that we're wanting everybody to see to come out. These videos that we're working on right now, the one you're watching right now, is all about guys in on this process with us. So we're developing the story as we go, and we want you guys to join in on the process. Share your comments, your thoughts as we go. We're going to be once a week, each week, leading up to the launch of this story, this illustrated week by week. We're going to be interviewing people. We're going to be talking about where the story is going, and we're going to be getting your feedback as we go along. And so that's what each of these videos is going to be. What is it? It's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday morning, and that's going to be our standard time as far as we can tell into the future. So you can set your days by that every Sunday morning. You can skip church. That's really cool. Join us instead. We would love to have you. Or during church, or if you're sleeping in, just don't. Join us on this conversation, on this journey as we develop this story.
Yeah, that's good.
Perfect. And our goal, I think, right, is about 10 to 15 minutes each week. And that's going to really vary. If we have a guest on who's interesting, I don't think we're going to want to stop talking or asking questions or laughing or whatever that week may end up.
But if they're boring.
If they're boring, we'll cut it off. Sorry, just like a cut off Forrest. That's what we'll do, boring people. Yeah.
So
And
as we go, we're looking for feedback. So anything that we may have missed in our discussion today, we've done a couple practice rounds of this, but there's some things we may have forgotten that we already know, but we don't know that you don't know. So if there's something more we need to tell you in the next episode, let us know in the comments or via social media.
yeah. Yes. Awesome. So where are we at on this first episode? We've all introduced ourselves. We've given a quick overview of the story. We've told you what these videos are going to be about. If you guys are expecting great menswear illustrations, good. You've come to the right place. We're going to have some really cool stuff. I did not have a chance to share. I'm going to throw this in. This was not part of our practices beforehand, but I just did this on your video. But this little promo sketch of what we have going on for Time, a Sunflowerman Project. I really want to tell you guys about what Forrest has written so far because it is amazing. It's obviously going to change a little bit as we develop the whole thing. And there's going to be some great menswear stuff. If that's what you're expecting, expect nothing less than something amazing. paired with an amazing story. I think, I don't know if we talked about this part yet. I'm really cutting into our time. I apologize. But back when I came up with this idea, I wanted to tell a story, something that was a narrative that could be carried over a year. I think Forrest was mentioning this at the beginning. But Ruth mentioned that if I was going to tell a story, it had to actually be a good story. And so I said, okay, well, let's not do this project at all then. And then she suggested, well, we could talk to Forrest to make that happen, because Forrest is amazing at writing. So you guys are in for a great treat. And did try to practice an outro, but Forrest crushed mine last time. I don't remember if he remembers, or I don't know if he remembers, but Forrest, do you want to give that outro a try?
Thanks everybody for joining us for the first inaugural episode of I'm a Sunflowerman Project. My name is Forrest Davidson. I can be found at facebook.com/Forrest Davidson.
I'm Ruth Maharg. You can find me at ruthmaharg.com. That's MEHARG.
And I'm Matthew Miller, or Sunflower Man, all one word. Just Google Sunflower Man, look up Sunflower Man on Instagram. It's always me. And that's it. All right, see you guys next week. Thank you for joining us. Leave your comments, your kind, constructive critique.
Compliments only, please.
Please, thank you. All right. Bye.